Good morning. My name is Pieter. It seems that I'm the man of the trusted emails, so welcome. Why are we here today? And I will check if I can move next, I believe. Voila. That's my job, to introduce you all and to say why you are here, and also to say welcome, because we are quite a big audience. And I must say that when we were preparing this meeting, I said to Inge, I will be very happy if we are there with 50 men, and it means that we are double of that, so I'm double happy, so thank you. So, FarmBook, that's the reason why we are all here, so it's in the center. So who is here in the room? Maybe you see the name of your project, or maybe you see the name of your institute, or whatever, your background. So it seems that, yes, it's a network meeting today. So you can meet and you can think, okay, I want to see those people from that project. It's possible, and we will give you the time, and we will give you the time to meet. There are three major groups of people that are sitting around the table. So first of all, yes, maybe in the middle, it's us. It's EU-FarmBook. It's a consortium. So we are here with the technical team. So we are, what you know, we are building on a digital platform. So it means that, oh, I want to see those IT people. It's possible. We also have some, what we say, ambassadors. Ambassadors that are the people that will present and will talk to you and will say, okay, you have nice information. Why don't you think to upload it in our system? I'm the representative for your country. I'm the person from your sector. So please come in contact with EU-FarmBook. Also, there is a part that says, okay, let's try to educate people, so the teaching people. So because I believe, and sustainability is, the key of sustainability is education of the future generation, is telling the farmers how to do it. And how can they do it? By using, of course, a tool like EU-FarmBook. The communication people, yes, why you see these nice presentations and so on, that's because we have a nice team. Consulai is doing the job and making the layout and the design of all things. And then, of course, we belong to the Acres family. This is FarmBook, but then you have people from projects. You have a lot of projects in Europe, and then it's national research projects, it's European funded projects, it's thematic networks, it's agriculture networks. It's maybe that people says, okay, I will start up my project in the next coming months, and then I want to learn from you, how can you serve us? And that's the reason also why we have this day today. And then on the, for you on the right hand, for me from the left hand, you have the people from the government, from the policy, and they will tell us, okay, how to do this knowledge management and so on, how can we do it in a right way, not only in a European, but also national and even regional people are sitting. So this is what the room, this is what you are, this is what we observed when you were registered. Our goal is, okay, we want to come in contact, we want to engage you, and of course we want to share the insights. Oh, you look at it in that way. Yes, I look at it in this way. How can we come together? And that coming together is in one house. So this is the house, the EU-FarmBook house, and you can look at it in a way that, okay, this is the digital platform, this is what is tangible, this is what I can look for. And then you also said, okay, my project has also a platform, my project has also a certain website where you can find the information. And then we say, okay, why can't we connect, why should we not connect to each other? And then you also know that there are some initiatives outside the EU-FarmBook, outside European projects, outside the regions where you say, okay, all that knowledge is also interesting, but it's interesting to see how can we make the bridge between those initiatives that are taken up by what we then say it's the common agriculture policy, the national governments, the regional governments, and so on. How these initiatives can connect to EU-FarmBook. This is the goal. So we want to to welcome you all and to share the knowledge, because we believe that there's a lot of money spent for that, and that money should be shared by the whole society and not by some people working on themselves. And then I come to the point that I just said, okay, what will you do in your introduction, and will you do something special, because they say that you are known for that. And I found something about Socrates, and Socrates, you know, it's the old Greek philosopher, and he was not happy. The reason why he was not happy was because he said, okay, people start writing books, and they put all their insights inside the book. So it was a time that they said, okay, let's now take note of it and put it in a book. And then he said, I don't like that situation. And the reason why he didn't like is because he said, there's no possibility to interact with the author. We cannot talk to those people. Okay, it's nice to see what he has written down, but there is no interaction. And if there is no interaction, then, okay, this is not a good way of sharing science, because we need to discuss it. And it seems that at the end of his life, he was, people didn't like him at the end of his life, because he was always saying, okay, how do you look at things? And people had to think and think. And then he said, why? And he was always asking why. And that was the way how he was walking around. And at the end they say, okay, we don't like your theory of asking why. And it was even that he was, at the end he was, he had to go to court. And then at the court they said, okay, now you have to, he had to drink a beaker of poison, and in that way he died. So that was the way of his life. But it's really, it was an article, and at the end of the article also it's written that, okay, if you look at the technology itself, okay, yes, it is there, but you need to think. And this is the reason why we have paid so much attention. So now you will also see later on the day, EU-FarmBook, it's not only storing knowledge, that's Wikipedia, that's their job. Our job is also to come and to have an interactive platform. And that's the reason why we say, okay, EU-FarmBook is more than just storing knowledge. I don't know if I have to click, but this is a little bit, if you are building a platform, if you say, okay, I have my project, this is the evolution of the search engine. So over the years, and then you can see that it's just a couple of years that the whole picture and the whole landscape is changing. And this is also what we believe is very important if we are talking about, okay, we will build or we will come up with a platform and we will work on it for the next 7 years. So this is, yes, who will be the winner at the end? That's the question. Okay, I can say, how will we be the winner? No, okay, we will try to do our best. Will we be the final platform? Maybe not, maybe yes. But anyway, we have a good team. And in the good team, so will see them, you can meet them today. Okay, you see the IT people. So we will do it with IT people. Christopher Brewster, Louise, Hercules, Panagiotis, they're all happy here to talk with you and to share thoughts. The ambassadors, okay, who will talk about the EU-FarmBook, who will come to you, who will say, okay, we have something nice in development. This is, if you see, and Lisa is around in the room, so she is the captain of the ambassadors of the project. What is that? They will build a bridge. That's what I already said. The training people, Patricia is also somewhere in the room, so she is happy to talk about education, training, doing the advice, the personal contact with farmers so that they do it in a later stage on themselves. And then, Lawrence, you just met him, so he is the people of the social design. You can develop something and you can say, oh, very, very nice, and you have to use it. But if it's something that people are not asking for, then yes, then you can try to do your best and you can make some publicity and so on. But at the end, in a couple of years, they say, I don't want your stuff. So this is also why we have paid a lot of attention to the social dimension of our project. It means that we don't want to put a product on the market that people don't like. And then Aishigu is here in the room. That's the people of the journalists. It means that we want to communicate on EU-FarmBook. We want to spread the news across Europe. And this is also very important, because if you're not aware of the project, then of course you say, I don't miss anything, or maybe yes, I should come in contact. So voila, and that's me, and that's my colleague Inge, and that's Els. We are the coordination team of the project, and we try to do our best. And I just used the new publicity of the University of Ghent, and thinking is just half of the job. So that's what we also will do today. Yeah? So we will think, and then the job will come over in the next step. I think EU-FarmBook, what is it and why is it? We have a nice movie. And if I'm well, then it should start up quite soon. Maybe some of you have already noticed the movie before, but I try to repeat it each time.
Did you know that much of the new agricultural and forestry knowledge which is generated through research and innovation projects funded by the European Union never actually reaches the people who need it most? Fortunately, in our two sister projects, Eurachnos and Eureka, we've been working to help change this. With funding from the EU Horizon 2020 programme, we've been building a digital platform that will bridge the gap between research and practice, and increase the flow of new ideas and innovative solutions between farmers, foresters, rural businesses, and others working in Europe's agriculture and forestry sectors. To complete this, we now need your support. If you're involved in agriculture, forestry, or another rural enterprise, we call on you to help us to test and improve this amazing resource. The Eurachnos project was launched in 2019 with the ambitious mission of creating the basis for an open-source, EU-wide knowledge reservoir that uses digital technologies to improve the exchange of knowledge and best practices in our sector. To take on this challenge, we brought together experts from 26 partner organisations across 15 European countries, including universities, national and regional advisory services, rural development agencies, farmers associations, and others. During the past 2 years, their common efforts have laid the foundations upon which to build the most efficient knowledge-sharing tools. Eurachnos has identified the most appropriate strategies and tools for storing and sharing data. It has collected best practices on what makes an effective knowledge exchange network and how such networks can be implemented. In the Explorer's Guide to Thematic Networks, you can find out how to engage all key actors from the beginning of your project in order to make it as successful and impactful as possible. There's also a policy brief featuring key insights and policy recommendations on what makes an ideal digital platform. Finally, the Eurachnos team has designed a prototype of the online agricultural knowledge base that we envision will eventually help connect everyone working in agriculture and forestry across Europe. Eurachnos is now coming to a close, but its groundbreaking work and experience is being built upon by its sister project, Eureka. With the blueprints from Eurachnos, our Eureka experts have constructed the first functional version of an easily searchable digital knowledge reservoir. Using state-of-the-art techniques, they've analysed both the knowledge available in EU-funded research and innovation projects and the profiles and needs of potential users of this knowledge, whilst taking account of as many languages as possible. If you share our vision of a knowledge-intensive future for food, farming and forestry, we invite you to contribute your own project results to be included and shared on the platform we've developed. This can include datasets, publications, audio-visual materials, guidelines, infographics, and more. You can also help us to test and improve the platform by providing your user feedback. And if you believe in our mission, help us to spread the word to everyone in your professional networks. Together, we can create a cutting-edge EU open knowledge platform for innovation in agriculture and forestry. To keep up with the latest developments, please follow us on social media and subscribe to our newsletter.
Okay, so what you noticed, EU-FarmBook is not the first one. It means that we are building upon previous projects, Arachnos, Eureka, and it's now EU-FarmBook. So, but the message is exactly the same. We have a working platform for the moment, but we are improving it daily, and that's the reason why we have this meeting today. We have a vision, so it means that, and then I have to take it up. So we want to store fair data, and you will learn more about it today. So it means that we want to store it in the right way. We want to have a communication, we want to talk to each other and so on. And at the end, we want to have to be impactful. So it means that we said, and that's what's written over here, we want to be the point of reference for farmers, for foresters, and advisors. So if they have a question, they go quickly and they check it. And it's just what you can do, what you think about, okay, I need some information, I will go and I will have a look in Google. If you will look in Google one of the next years, then suddenly you will come up and you will end up in the EU-FarmBook. So EU-FarmBook, it's a digital platform. This is the front page of it. What is it? What I said, you can start up communication, you can have a chat with even a farmer in Belgium can have a chat with a farmer in France or in Italy or in Romania, and you can talk in your language, and that's what is also extra to it. So you can write and it will be automatically translated into the language of the farmer in that other country. So they can share knowledge, and that's one of the ideas behind it. If you want to find, okay, that's the person, I need to contact him, I want to know his address, that's also possible. So therefore, we want to build up an expert database. If you want to store something in the system, then you will have to tell, it's me who did it. And I will be able to answer questions when their questions come up. Then, next to that, yes, it will be stored in your language, and it will be translated in all the languages of the European Commission, so in the European Union. So that is one of the advantages. You can see it's a knowledge object, and we did already, for an example, translate it into French. So this is what's possible, and this is possible today, but it will be improved much more later on. So why we are here today? We have two things. First of all, maybe people are sitting here and say, okay, it's new for me. I want to learn. I will be faced with the same problems. And yes, that's what I can do today, and that's the information I'm looking for. It's up to you to say, okay, I will talk to people and I will look for that information that I need. Maybe there are people in the room that say, okay, I have a similar platform. I made it also myself, and now I will look how can it communicate with this EU-FarmBook. How can we sit together? My problems that I had when I was working on it, I found some solutions, I found some answers, and I will tell it to those people from EU-FarmBook. And maybe we will have problems, and they will ask you, yes, how do you solve, or how are you thinking to solve it? So it means that, yes, what is finding synergies for collaborations, for opportunities, and so on. So, and then, of course, I can think that there are some people that say, I just want to look for connection and for network, and I want to meet people, and that's also the idea of the day of today. The day is split up in two programs. It's a morning session and it's an afternoon session. During the morning, we want to update you. Maybe some things that I just said will be repeated, but if you repeat it, then at the end of the day, you are very well aware of what's exactly the subject and so on. So the introduction is almost finished, so then we will have some people that say, okay, yes, I have a project myself, and that is my platform, and that is the experience of what I had and what I learned, and this is how we see, so with the keynote speeches. So they will talk about what? We are talking about platforms, about digital knowledge sharing, and so on. That is what we are doing. You will maybe think, okay, what is a platform, a digital platform, a knowledge reservoir, and so on. I'm sorry, in fact, it's almost a little bit all the same. It means that we all have knowledge, and I talk to you, and I do it directly, or I put it in the computer and then you can read it from the computer and you can learn from it, and that's what we call a digital platform or a digital knowledge reservoir. In the afternoon session, it's expected that you start to talk. I talked too much until maybe this just 1 minute, but anyway, then it's your turn. So then it's up to you to share your ideas and to put it in the group, and then we will take notes from it, because for us it's not a written milestone, but it's a theoretical milestone. I think we want to have some agreements so that for the next 7 years that we do something that is also for you important and useful, and it's not only because we want to work nicely together, but we want to open the door. So I hope that you enjoy the day, and I wish you a good, interesting and learning and informative day for the rest of the day. But it is not us, we have organized the room, but it's a working together. Huh? So thank you.